Hi, it's Rabbi Lewis wishing you an early Shabbat Shalom. The Torah portion this week is Parshat Bishalach, and this is the big one. This is the one where the Israelites finally leave Egypt. The sea parts, they walk through, they sing great songs of joy, and witness a miracle. And I think when we study this Torah portion, it challenges us to consider how we think about miracles in general. I think for me, the best drosh, if you will, on miracles that sort of encapsulates, at least the way that I understand it, what the word could mean today, comes from the movie Dodgeball, of all places, I know. But they riff on the old 1980 Lake Placid Olympics when the U.S. hockey team beat Russia, and the announcer Al Michaels says, "Do you believe in miracles?" Yes. And in the movie Dodgeball, when the underdog is about to defeat the more powerful team, the announcer says, "Do you believe in unlikelihoods?" And then that's the comment on miracles is really the things that we tend to call miracles, like underdog team defeating a superior team, or all these other things that we may term to be miraculous, are actually part of the natural world, things where people achieve against great odds, but they're not really miracles, they're really unlikelihoods. Or, even better, the fruit of somebody's labor, the product of hard work. So it's not really miraculous, but the result of putting effort forward. And I think that's something that Judaism really wants us to focus on. A midrash actually says, and this is a famous midrash, you've probably heard me teach it 1,000 times, about Nachshon ben Aminadav, who was the first Israelite who was willing to step into the sea before it parted. And it was only then when somebody showed a willingness to take an action to step into the sea that then the sea would part. Teaches us really that we can only create miracles through the actions that we take. Now, also with miracles and unlikelihoods, we also can think of perhaps life itself as being the most miraculous thing that can happen to us. When we wake up in the morning, the fact that we live and breathe, and that we can feel love and show affection to others, and that we can help produce things that benefit other people, that is miraculous in some terms, because it seems to go against all odds that we can even exist during the day. And, the prayer for health in our prayer books that we say typically in English every Shabbat morning actually talks about this, that in our bodies there are, I don't even know how many openings and passageways and things that have to go just right with the air that we breathe in getting processed and having the oxygen go to our blood, and then things get pumped and we eat, and then gets processed, and the waste gets pushed out, and the good things are absorbed and make us thrive. And we know all too well that if that's not functioning, then we can't even live and exist and do all the great things that life allows us to do. And the prayer, I actually think it sounds best in Hebrew, but I'll go ahead and read it in English. It says, "Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who formed the human body with skill, creating the body's many pathways and openings. It is well known before your throne of glory that if one of them be wrongly opened or closed, it would be impossible to endure and stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals all flesh, working wondrously. Baruch atah Adonai, rafeh chol basar, umafli la'asod." Beautiful words that cause us to appreciate the millions of ways that something could go wrong just on any given moment. And the fact that against that probability, that very unlikelihood that we continue to live and thrive, is a miracle that we can stand back and be in awe of. So let us appreciate and enjoy life, and let us all have a wonderful Shabbat